MD Prepper here, giving you guys a tabletop review of an excellent low-cost pistol that I just picked up recently. This is the Taurus Millennium G2 or Generation 2 PT-111 and 9mm. Found this for closeout from Palmetto State Armory for about $240. Seen them even cheaper for around $200 recently. Excellent, excellent choice for a first-time pistol purchase for a first-time shooter, concealed carry, or someone who just doesn't have the extra cash around for a higher-priced $400 to $500 gun. A lot of bang for your buck in this pistol, pun intended. Now, I owned a original Millennium pistol in '45. That's my first pistol I ever owned once I hit 21. Love the pistol. This has a lot more options on it. Much better pistol for a lower price overall. These come in 9mm and 40 caliber, though I would say 9mm is definitely the better choice for a new shooter, just due to lower recoil and cheaper ammo. Let me go over the basic stats of this after I safety check this for you safety sallies. There you go, nothing there, boys and girls. Let me give you the stats on this thing. Overall, it's 22 ounces unloaded. Very lightweight, very reasonable for concealed carry on your hip, in the waistband, or theoretically in your pocket. Overall length of the weapon is 6.24 inches. The barrel length is 3.2 inches, more than enough for concealed carry purposes, for accuracy. The width of the frame is 0.97 inches, and the max width up here at the top is 1.22 inches. A little bit wider than some of your subcompacts out there, but not by a lot. All the magazines have the finger extension on the bottom, which I think is excellent because my average size hands, it fits. It fits perfectly, full grip, which I can't say for a lot of concealed carry options out there. Other options on this gun, it comes with 2 magazines. That's great. Stellar to have 2 magazines for $240. A lot of guns only come with 1. So 12 plus 1 capacity, so 24 plus 1 rounds. That's a whole lot of firepower for a very low cost. You don't have to go out and buy extra magazines necessarily. It's got 3-dot sights. See that right there? The rear sights are fully adjustable for windage and elevation with those 2 screws. It does come with a little multi-tool to adjust those, and a tool to adjust and enact the Taurus safety system, which I never use. Also has a loaded chamber indicator up here at the top. Take it or leave it, I'm not a huge fan of those. Takes down just like a Glock, which I will spare you the details on, but it's just like a Glock, no problems there. No magazine disconnect safety or any of that nonsense. Has what they call melted edges on it. You can see the front and the sides and all, which helps it to be fairly snag-free. On the flip side here, it does have a slide release and a manual safety, which you do not necessarily have to use, but I like the option of having that there. If you're a new concealed carry holder, you're not too confident with your pistol yet, you may want that. It's an option. Overall, it's got a double action, single action trigger is what they call it, but it's really single action on all trigger pulls. Very lightweight with a Glock style trigger, not quite as light as a Glock from my telling. Saw some reports that the double action trigger was 6.3 pounds and 5.2 pounds on the single action. Have not tested that myself. You've got a fairly long trigger pull on the first firing, and then very short take up for the follow-up shot. Very short indeed. Now this does have restrike capability, which is excellent. So if you have a round not fire, you just let up, you've got a long trigger pull to fire it again, just like the original Taurus Millenniums. Works well. Had that happen a lot with target ammo. Never had it happen with good quality defensive ammo, but nice option to have. Not out of luck in having to rack the slide necessarily. Has accessory rail up front, which I don't know if I'll ever use, but if I was going to add something, I would almost certainly add a light. So overall, an excellent pistol. Like I said, I've got about 300 rounds through this. No failures to fire. Nothing. No problems whatsoever. Quite accurate, quite shootable, especially because you can get my full grip on this gun. I was originally buying this for a relative as a Christmas gift and liked it so much I decided to keep it myself as a training pistol for new shooters. I train a lot of new shooters, a lot of my staff at the hospital, a lot of nurses and female staff that are new to firearms. Racking the slide on this is fairly easy. Recoil is manageable. They can get their hands around it and manipulate it fairly well. So this is going to be a training pistol. I picked up a second one for a family member that got it for Christmas, so good for them, but they didn't get the original. Their loss. Anyway, they'll never know better. Overall, I think this is an excellent training pistol overall. It's a compact size pistol. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's just right. I can conceal carry this in a larger pocket, probably not the best. I can in the waistband or standard holster carry this. Overall, it serves very, very well for all purposes, and for training, I can train on how to shoot without a safety, just standard double action like a Glock, or I can train you to shoot like a single action pistol, disengage the safety. I think this is an excellent training pistol for a new shooter. Recoil is very manageable. I wish I could have gotten this with a stainless slide, but for the price of $240, so I couldn't pass it up from Palmetto State Armory on clearance. But the finish is not quite as good as I'd like. I have not really carried this much, but I've drawn it from the holster, etc. on several occasions at the range, and a little bit of wear already on the finish. I doubt you can see that there. Maybe you can. And a little bit on the other side as well. In very little use. So this gun is not going to look pretty for long, but again, for the price, who cares? For the person who can't afford $500 for a Glock, this is a great Glock clone. Great pistol. No problems with it. I'll continue to shoot it. Oh, one last thought. The checkering down here is a bit on the aggressive side, feels a bit like sandpaper, which is fine to me. I've had some female shooters complain that it hurts their hands. I think it feels great overall. Let me show you that checkering if I can. And the back side, if you can see that. So, very much reminds me of SIG 2022 checkering, at least the texture. So, works well for me. I would definitely buy another one. I will probably never carry this concealed carry just because of current options I've got, but had to pick this one up for the value. I figured I'd kick myself if I didn't. I'll be using this a lot on the range to train folks. Hope you found this is useful. MD Prepper out.